Okay, welcome back. Like I said last week, I am continuing recording, but that I'll bring it to you this week. So this week, we're basically continuing where we ended last week. We have not moved. You did, and you came back a week after. So we are dealing with tithe today. I am looking amazing because Auntie Fosti is here. She touches me and I feel so amazed. Face to Face Beauty College. You want to learn anything with regards to beauty, just call the numbers on your screen. My amazing braids is from Face to Face. Divine touch will make your beautiful day beautiful. So call them for all your, outfits issues, and trust me, it will be resolved. Jamila Home. I entered there and I knew that I was indeed an executive VVIP. When you're VVIP, what's an executive? You want executive VVIP furniture? Just call Jamila Home, and that will be that. GH Media is the reason why you're seeing me in the comfort of your home. You want to learn anything media, just call them. I salute you. Sir Listowell, thank you for what you do for me. Share Glow Beauty. Inkuto papa, open kuto. Share butter, ya butter nesan yehum. Call Share Glow and you'll understand why I am all about Share Glow. GH Calabash Bar, GH Mocktail Bar, on that special day, on that special event, just call them and train. And trust me, you won't take fizzy drinks ever again. Mr. Flash, thank you. You want photography, Papa, call the number on your screen, and trust me, he will bring light to what is already beautiful. Today, we're continuing tithing after this commercial break.
Miracle Encounter Outreach Ministries presents Prayer Flames 2023, happening on the 6th of March, time 6 a.m. Venue, Mikado Conference Center, Laboni Junction. Theme, the hour of prayer. Speakers, Reverend Godfrey Nyako, Apostle Isaac F. Godison, Reverend Timothy Bentum, Big Sam Kisachi, Uganda, Reverend Justice K. Barnes. Host, Reverend Nathaniel Osei. It's happening, remember, on the 6th of March at 6 a.m. at the Mikado Conference Center. The theme is the hour of prayer. Come expectant. I choose to pray.
Our friend Doctors Amamenta, may registered committee health nurse for Pram Polyclinic. Committee Health Nurse Day, Nimpa Bebre na yenu ye juma. Do na meeting sem bebre about COVID pandemic no me do pa de me tuma o me de. COVID pandemic no ho wonfa so bebre. E wo bobo abo ho ba na free COVID yariba no. Na e wo wi a ye be sre de e be twen kakra be de 10 to 15 minutes ansa na asori akofie dem obeya nurses no botum ahwo. E bia bibi besi ana na bibi aye okay. Ansana etuma kofi me wo COVID pande no minya nsunsuando kakra miti ye me yo bebe wo pande no so ye me yo mo hona me ye me yo kakra nanso after 3 days no me ye okay me san simeda dom ntonya da o edesu motuta share me colleague health workers na de ye na ye bobo ye homode na ya wo COVID pande fide ye nedwuma ye ne ye hie nimpa ahoro bebre nte hu hia pa de ye bo dem obeye ye bobo ye ho ban na ya boye ne busua ho so ban efi COVID yare behu mesan so atuta shaman san yina de wo bo won COVID pandi na wa bo ho ban efi COVID yare ban ho wasan so abo ne busua yina wo ho ban efi COVID yare ban COVID edri how be enyi ho osane edwuma pa na oye free nso o mayen kai de obi ahunton sa ho no eda wo COVID pandi won wo ya bo ho ban bo we busia ho ban na bo mantemfu so wo nyina wo ho ban na ko wo COVID pandi CCR message obi abo wo ne de na wa age ne card.
My life is brilliant.
Looking your best It's not what your mirror tells you.
It is the overall judgment by the public and otherwise the influence you make on them.
At Face-to-Face Beauty School, we teach you how to stay informed,
In touch, in style.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true.
Welcome back to the studio. So we are discussing tithing today, and we started with Reverend Timothy Bentum. He's an actor. He's a radio host for Grace Avenue on Sunny FM every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. He's the CEO of Bliss Arts, and he's the head pastor and founder of Grace Avenue. Just type GH Media on your Google map and it will take you right there. And he's my own personal person. You are welcome.
Thank you very, very much.
My second guest is my friend. You know, I am honored to have great men as my friend. And to me, Shada in a small side. Reverend George Ntiado is my friend, my pastor, my. In fact, if I need anything spiritual, from spiritual to corporate, he's there to advise me. You can pick up a phone and call him every time, every day, and he's available for. He's a counselor. He's the CEO of Jontia Construction, and he's the head pastor for Fountain Gate Ablekuma branch. Help me welcome Pastor George. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And then the title they see a baby. I hope it won't be part 3 today. Okay, so last week, let me just say last week for the purposes of how we're going to air it. So last week where we ended, Reverend Timothy was saying that if you're a Christian and if you think you're a Christian but you don't believe in tithing, or you are a Christian. No, it means that the person thinks, because you're stating categorically that the person is an atheist.
Okay.
Okay, so if you believe, let me just put it like, if you believe you're a Christian, but you don't believe in tithe paying, then he's telling you that you're really an atheist, so you have to look into that. Now, let me come to you. Do you agree with that statement? Yes, no, and why?
You know, I'm a pastor. So
But you're a pastor too.
Let me leave that.
No, but I think bringing it down, maybe the word atheist is what is making the whole argument. But what he's trying to say is, yes, it means you don't believe in God, or you don't believe in the principles of God, because that is God said. So if you can't say that you believe in Reverend Ancheba like I do, and I'll say if Reverend Ancheba says this is the best way to worship God, and I say I go against it.
What that means is if you believe in the man, you have to believe his principles.
Yes, basically what he's saying.
Yeah, I understand.
So do you agree?
Yeah, I understand. That's what I said, to a large extent.
To a large extent, why?
Yeah. You know, you see, the last time I was teaching the church, I told them that the challenge of the church today, things that we can understand God. I was talking about miracles. Mm-hmm. And I said that if you understand God, He ceases to be God. And the truth of the matter, as we sit here as human beings, we cannot understand God. Yeah. We can't. And that's what you see in the Bible. There's a way God has taught us. Though I can also say that some men of God have used that one to also do the extreme. But in the Christianity is obedient, to obey. Mm-hmm. So the Bible said to obey is better than what?
Sacrifice.
So whatever the Bible tells you, you obey it. I tell people, I set an example last Sunday that, you see, if you come to your father and you know he's your father and said, Daddy, I want money. And then I said, Daddy, I know you're a good man. Mm-hmm. You are a kind man. Okay? But I need money to do something. Within this children, who will you give?
The second.
The second. So today we want to tell God how He must handle us and still go to God for prayer. That's the challenge. Now, when it comes to the issue of tithing, sometimes my heart breaks. And let's try to read some few scriptures here. If you read Numbers chapter 18, the verse 21. It says, behold, I have given you the children of Levi. All the tithe in Israel as an inheritance is returned for the work which they perform, the work of the tabernacle of meeting. So they must eat from it. They must survive by it. Okay. When you read Numbers chapter 3, the verse 7 and 8, it said, and they shall attend to his needs and the needs of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of meetings, to do the work of the tabernacle. Also they shall attend to all the furnishing of the tabernacle of the meeting, and to the needs of the children of Israel, to do the work of the tabernacle. These are the priests who God has appointed. They must work and they must receive their salaries from the tithes. You understand? So now, if God calls a man and you say that the man should not receive tithe, how should he survive? And sometimes I don't know what we think. Let me set an example to you. Recently we had a program with Prophet Brian. And what God used the pastors to do, we have no idea. And there was a woman in our church. Apparently, she took a loan to go for business. But the goods could not arrive. And then, not knowing that the one who gave him the loan thought that the woman had collected the money and spent the money. And was going to take this woman to the police and to the court. But on that particular program, we got to know that it was Friday. By Monday, the woman will go to prison. It took the pastor by revelation to know. We didn't know. When the woman, the man of God mentioned it, the woman came nearly. There and then, we raised 10,000 for the woman to go and pay. So if the man of God is not in prayers, seeking the face of God, the woman would have been in prison. Can any tithe pay for the woman's, liberty? No. And the man seeking the face of God, waiting on God, praying, what should he survive on? Doesn't he have a wife? Doesn't he have a children? Do you know what we have done? The church have done for people out of tithing and giving. The best schools we have in Ghana here are all mission schools. You should check. Go and find out. Where do they get the money? Through tithes and giving. So if people are not telling us that we shouldn't give to the church, what are they telling us? They should tell us that. They are going to tell us that we should. People are going to die, suffer. Because today, unfortunately today, the kind of pastors we have are not illiterate. They are learned. They are university graduates. And the God has called a person. Pastor should. But they get my spiritual father. He's a degree holder. A pharmacist. A qualified one. My spiritual father, Reverend Kamatan Chaba, is a degree holder. Okay? Pastor Connie is a master holder. And when these people come to the ministry, you said they should come and take 1,000 cities, 2,000. Let's even put that on aside. There are people, you see, today people are complaining that the church are not paying instruments on the church. Why? Because we don't have money to pay them. Some people believe that they are called to do music. It is true because they are part of the Levite. We must pay them and pay them well, and they can stay in the church and do it. But today they are bashing the church not because the church doesn't want to pay. The church doesn't have money to pay.
Because that is
I can tell the officers that come to our office.
If I don't have corn,
people are not giving.
Corn is finishing in my house.
But yet they'll call you midnight that you should come and pray for them.
The world is hinged upon seed time and harvest.
Excuse my word, even while you are lying with your wife, they still want you to attend to them.
Also for your, I think we are putting tithing and offerings together. Do we pay church workers from tithing?
Yes, they are part of the
from our
Levite.
tithe coffers.
They are all part of the Levite.
I'll go do the
So it is not just the men like the pastors.
No. The tithing is for the Levite. When we talk about the Levite, they are the singers, they are the ones who clean the room, the church. So these people supposed to be on full time. You should have the church cleaner full time. You should have the skitty man full time. We should have the singers full time. The pastor must be well taken care of. Full time.
What about now that they are not full time?
Why are they not full-time? Because we don't have the money to pay them.
Let them pay offering. Let them pay the tithe.
If you have the money, we will pay them.
They have to give. So
Yeah, but they are not full time. So do you still pay them some? Yeah.
Yeah, we give them allowance. Yeah, for my child, I give them allowance. But how much allowance? Some of them they don't have. They don't do any other job.
Daddy, you are not taking offering.
I would have preferred to pay them 2,000 Ghana cedis every
He
month.
said, no.
But yet, even paying them 300, 400, 500,
Are you the person that...
no, just imagine you have about 6 instrumentalists or much more 10 instrumentalists. You are giving them everybody 500
Okay,
Ghana cedis.
let's
Even
go
that one's
for
an
what's
allowance.
trending
How much?
will be
Yeah, I mean the
back.
total.
Yeah.
You have media people. Also about, my media men are about almost about 50. If you are even giving them 300 Ghana cedis, how much is it? 1,005. Right? Am I correct? You understand?
15.
Yeah, 15. Okay, so no, so that's a 4,500 added to the 5,000.
They're almost 10,000.
You have other pastors that must be taken care of. Then the senior pastor himself, you must get him a good car, you must get him a good house, you must make sure that your children are being well taken care of. Not because I'm a pastor, I should be working on sleepers. No. In the name of righteousness. You understand?
So in the name of righteousness.
No, you understand? The pastor must be well taken care of. But because people are not giving to the church, you understand?
Yeah.
The church is suffering. I hope the point I make you understand.
Okay, is it okay, let me come to Reverend Timothy. Is it okay that in a dispensation like this where everybody's, almost everybody is complaining about the economy, is it okay that as a head pastor, you will declare a no offering, no tithing for that period?
It is a suicidal act on the part of any pastor to say that because of economic situations, don't pay tithe and don't pay offering. Why? The economic situation is the reason why they should pay tithe and offering some more. Because that is the basis on which harvest comes. If I don't have corn is finishing in my house, and I know that the world is hinged upon seed time and harvest, what do? Don't I
You
plant
plant
more
corn.
so I can harvest more corn?
Yeah.
To have more corn in my house. When I started a prayer meeting in the Miracle Center in Lagos, I wasn't taking any offering, and she knows. Offering, I was taking offering. I would go do the service for almost 4 years. I didn't take offering. Until one day I went to see the senior prophet of Okusa. And he said, "Oh, where do you know?"
It's exact words.
It's exact words. He said, you are worrying the people. You are robbing them of their opportunity to be blessed by God. If you are always doing everything with your money, God will bless you, God will bless them, and you will look like when our cost now won't cost. Let them pay offering, let them pay the tithing they have to. They have to give so that they can be given back. It's a spiritual law, and that's when I started to take offering. Even when I started taking offering, sometimes I'll finish, I'll be sharing the grace, then one day accountant to something in the back, then you are not taking offering, because I wasn't wired to do that. But he said, no, don't do that. You cannot tell people not to pay tithe. And not to pay. Are you God? Are you the person that instituted that law in the first place? You're not right. Not whatsoever.
Okay, let's go for what's trending. We'll be back.
Nyama kwanye Lucy pra daola manyo mara daola Vivian Family Shebi Committee 18 me atio daola o me na me do COVID-19 mabua eleveve because nyama agbele involve amole nya oglosa amede se de plito obene mejifipo na edu asikan ya asidru an ma cho ne enya usubota vovova no eme ka kema va se Ghana Health Service to manu kula menya ola eta do vevenyenye mbe avovoma la atiki enu ne va do la elle save pa ta gba na va do me yelo me va do tonye mi pomra me le de na so na me nya be ne me do evola ma to le gapopo ya tom me gbe la na ma kpo be ne totro de na va vol tonye me va do evola la record me la totro de ke me va after 15 minutes time totro de ke me va me ya po mo nam number be ne totro de va ma yo ga ke un kede jinyela me lo ke me va do me mi ano vida ola mi ja gba mi ha mi wa do mi ato fifi lai na ma po mi ma card da.
Miracle Encounter Outreach Ministries presents Prayer Flames 2023, happening on the 6th of March, time 6 a.m. Venue, Mikado Conference Center, Laboni Junction. Theme, the hour of prayer. Speakers, Reverend Godfrey Nyako, Apostle Isaac F. Godison, Reverend Timothy Bentum, Big Sam Kisachi, Uganda, Reverend Justice K. Barnes. Host, Reverend Nathaniel Osei. It's happening, remember, on the 6th of March at 6 a.m. at the Mikado Conference Center. The theme is the hour of prayer. Come expectant. I choose to pray.
Okay, welcome back from What's Trending. The studio is still interesting. Before we went on, Reverend Timothy, you were saying...
Listen. Matthew 23, sorry.
Oh, no.
Let me just be your husband for now. Matthew 22:23. It says, woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. For you pay tithe. This is Jesus speaking. In your Bible, it's written in red. If you are watching, check your Bible, it's red. It says, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have neglected the weightier matters of the law, justice and mercy and faith. These you ought to have done. Underline this one in the Bible is yours. Without leaving the others undone. This is what Jesus is saying. You have neglected the more important matters of the law.
And you have paid your tithe.
That are justice, mercy, and faith. I must say truth. And faith. And you have
neglected these.
You have neglected these weightier matters.
Mm-hmm. And you have paid your tithe.
And you have paid your tithe of everything, because then they didn't have money. It was a barter system. Whatever they had, they brought and they paid their tithe.
With it, yeah.
So he's saying that you have neglected the weightier matters which are these. Mm-hmm. And yet you have paid your tithe. Mm-hmm. He never said don't pay tithe.
No, he said go back,
these are
do
the things
all these.
You ought to have done, which is justice, mercy, and faith, without leaving the others.
It means you still have to do.
And this is Jesus. This is Jesus. Jesus written right in your Bible. So why would you quote everything else and be able to say Yakofa Malachi bin Yaba? 2 of us have not quoted Malachi.
You see, what he's saying, I have it on my note, is because the priests focus so much on tithing to a extent that there were certain things they left. Okay, so when you look at Jesus Christ teaching right from the Beatitude, Matthew 5 coming down, people were trying to justify certain things to make it more righteous, which is happening today. Okay, that this is more something that will take you to heaven, but the mercy, the justice. So they use that because I pay tithes. It's like today, somebody in the government who has money, they think the law cannot cut the person. So it was like when the tithe payer comes, he pays more tithes. There are things that you understand, you should be exempted. You understand? That was how the people were twisting the law. So when you read the Bible carefully, when the two people went before God for prayers, Jesus started that example too. He said, the other man said, I pay my tithe after 7 days. The arrogant, he which stood with God, Jesus can't condemn it. It's not because you pay your tithe. You should tell God what you should do. Not because you fast. But the Bible said the other one went there without respect, not able to even lift their face. You understand? That does not mean that
Wasn't paid.
He was against tithe. No. Because today, those who pay tithe, things that they must tell pastor what to do. That's what that's happening. People that have money, maybe by the time maybe are giving maybe $1 million. They want to tell pastor, oh, if you don't do this, I won't pay my tithe. That's what is happening today. That's what the priests were doing. You understand? I mean, there was an incident that happened in my life where some people say, oh, we are the givers of the church. And I asked myself, if you are the givers, who am I? Because all what they could give at that time, if let's say they give 100,000, I could add 100,000 to do whatever we want to do. Me, I don't call myself a giver. You understand? Me, the one that can add almost 100% to all the things that are giving. I don't call myself a giver. So you call yourself a giver. It means something because I see it as a privilege, I see it as a service, I see it as a respect that I give to God, as a worship. I don't call myself a giver. No. And I can't give to God. It's He who gives to me because He gives me life. They will make us say, oh, you understand? So the problem is that the priest at that time, or the priest, the way they handled tithes, were some of the things that Jesus was told to correct it. But they said we shouldn't pay tithe. Like he said, then leave the order undone.
Exactly. That's a problem.
You understand? So where I told you that, you see, the whole thing is an orchestration to make sure that the church runs poor. As you speak now, other religions are making sure that they use birth to increase their. I told you that in the kingdom, you need land, you need money, you need a king. We have a king which they cannot talk against. Our God and our Christ. That's why they know that they can't go there. Number two, we have the numbers, which they are fighting to make sure that our numbers are reduced. Number three, they are fighting to make sure that what gives us the power, what is the financial mandate, is reduced in the church. So it's an orchestration. And unfortunately, the people have sown that seed, and people in the church themselves, and they don't know that they don't know that they are doing harm to themselves. Because you see, we the church, the only way we can get blessed. We are not saying when I always tell my church, don't think that when you give tithe, you give offerings, you just go and fold your arms and God will bring. God is not a little God. But I said, I will bless the works of your hands. I will multiply whatever you do. You understand? So the multiplication is based on what we give.
Okay, there's this poster that was going around. I think Reverend Timothy even posted it, and it was causing a lot of. It's on your screen now if you're seeing. That depicts the fact that a young man is going to church dressed nicely, neatly, in a very nice shoe, holding his tithe and his offering, and went right past a poor a woman and her child or son or something like that, and people are arguing about
the
it,
child
whether
was holding out a post that read, I am sick, I need help.
Yeah.
And the question is that a guy has his tithe and his offering and he's taking it to church, and right by the road there's a sick person who is homeless, and so what does the guy do? And this was my
Is the guy supposed to take out the tithe and offering
and give it to the sick person?
and give? No. I know your stand, so let it be.
You see, the tithe belongs to God,
Okay.
and to the priest. You know, I always say that those people who think that the tithe are given to the poor, they are all Judas.
So atheists and Judases.
Judas' mind was not correct when he said, let's sell the oil to give. And that's what Jesus Christ told him, the poor will be with you. The tithe is meant for the priest. And remember, it's only 10%. What about the 90%? What do you do with it?
Asafo, I say me today on this show, I say you make heaven. I say you are my big brother, you make heaven. That's the same question I asked. Where's your 90%?
What's your 90%? God has assigned you that give the 10% to a particular person. Now, let's try to make it correctly. In the event that you have used all the 90%, and somebody is dying, that's also what Jesus Christ wanted to teach. Use the 10%, help him to come alive. But when the person becomes alive and you get the money, pay the money, even with interest of it.
Even with interest.
With interest.
When the
You
time
understand? Don't say that because I have to go and give the money to the priest. The person must die. No, that's differentiated. That's what Jesus Christ said. A man was going to go to the church. Somebody was dying. He said, I have to rush to go and preach. No, Jesus Christ was expecting that. Save the life. Tell the church to get somebody to preach to them so you save the life. You understand? And when the person is alive, you can go and continue.
Go back and go and
when you read that scripture where the Samaritan picked the man and took a, he continued to go and do his work.
Yes.
He didn't end there. You understand? So we are not saying that when you go to church and somebody is dying, continue to go to church because you go and meet God there. Yeah, you have the work to do. Stop the church and help the person. After that, continue the church. In the same way, when you have spent your tithe, you know that hey, your 90%, you don't have any money with you, and somebody might be sober. Please use the tithe. But the tithe is not meant
for that.
To use your pocket money to support the person.
A loan.
A loan. Use the person in life. Who we are.
Add interest.
Add interest and go and give to the priest because he too must survive. So be like I say, medical boy here for now. Why not a priest?
And that was the question I was asking.
Who should take care of the priest? How will the priest survive? You are going to church and the priest will speak to you. Or God will, like I'll set an example, like the same program we had. A woman who has, how do you call it, been in relationship, didn't work, been in relationship, didn't work. All of them. He had two children from the two relationships. And then the man of God realized that it's a spiritual thing that happened years. And then by revelation, he was able to tell the woman how the whole thing began. And the man had been in it, giving birth to about 4 children from 4 different men. And you two have started. It was revealed. Can money pay for that one? No. I will set an example to you. A lady came to me in the church. Wako opeba for 10 years. Onya. Wako try IVF.
Yeah.
IVF. Wako abontin. He has gone outside, inside, everywhere. More than 4 or 5 times. Somebody told him that she come to church. I pray for the woman. I believe God with her. As soon as I prayed for the woman went back. You remember she had done about 4 or 5 times. She doesn't work. And each one, you pay more than 30,000 Ghana cedis. Each IVF. You pay more than 30 to 50,000 Ghana cedis. I believe God with this woman. As soon as I prayed, she went back. Pine, it hit twins.
Wow.
She didn't even bring me 30,000 to say that I thank God for it. You know, it's when they have a problem there, they know the priests are there. So how do I survive? Or how do we survive? For us to be there so that we can wait on God to pray for you, to receive breakthroughs.
You see, my point about this particular post is steeped in the fact that, like Osofo said, the poor will always be with you. If you use the notion that on my way to church, I saw a poor person, the tithe will never get to the church. Your offering will never get to the church. Because the poor will always be there. In any case, the reason why I think Pastor George will make heaven, where is your 90%? How greedy do you want to be? That you've gone into partnership with God, and God says, give me 10, take 90. Then now you want to argue with him on his 10%, why you should give 10% to somebody. It's easy when it's 100 cedis to give 10 cedis. Now when they gave you $10 million, you look at 1 million and say, hey! Because you think that's so much money, and God is laughing at you like, look, I was about to give you 100 billion. I gave
But
you 10
because
billion,
of what you've
done. Forget about it. Let's look for somebody else to give it to. Because that is, and you see, I like what your sister said, Nanama said, about the...
She has not said anything. I'm now coming to...
Because
I'm now coming to ask. So now you see that there are discussions within discussions. What am I saying? The discussions go in between. Also, my sister asked a question. So since he's going there, let me ask. Because when she asked, you were very, very about it. She said yes. So now schoolers.
But before then, I wanted to say something. These things, the Muslims does well in it.
Yeah.
They do, and I want to congratulate the Muslims. Muslims are taught that when they are blessed, they should build a mosque. I want to challenge any Christian should tell me single-handedly who have built a church. The person should come and say single-handedly. I know a few people I may have done in the villages. I want that crowd. That I was able to build 5. They have money to build 10,000 capacity. Oh yeah. National Cathedral, not that they don't have the money. They won't do. And they have made people to laugh at the church just because of National Cathedral. They will not do. A woman around my area single-handedly built a plot and built a mosque. And I believe the imams that are there, they are not working. They are there always crying. In the morning, afternoon, evening. How are they being taken care of? I think the church should think and think twice.
My sister asked, why are Christians being forced to pay tithe? Why has it become why has it become like some sort of a mandate, like a law?
It's a law.
If you don't do it, this will happen to you. This will happen to you. Why is there a fear factor?
Let me answer first, because he's going to take her to school. He said, because when she asked, he said, "Come, let me help you." Come.
Yes, so he should help all of us. That's how I'm giving it to him.
So you help us. Yeah, I wanted to say something because personally, I think that, like he was saying, there's an extreme to everything. Some people just it's just extreme to that. But if you are looking at what the Bible says, it says he will rebuke the devourer for your sake.
Not only that, there's an aspect, you call them thieves.
Yeah, exactly. No. It's called
Malachi.
What's it?
Malachi, you go ahead.
No, there's okay. There's another scripture I can't remember, but it calls them something. Okay, but yes.
Robbers. You use the word rob.
No, not rob. Okay, not robbers. There's another one, but yes. But the point I'm making is that once you pay tithe, you sort of erect some kind of bulwark, some kind of protective custody around yourself, around yours. You know, the Bible says, and when Satan went to God about Job, he said, "Haven't you created an embankment around him and around his children?"
So it wasn't just finance.
There's a keeping that God keeps people. That's not just financial. And he says, once you pay, I'll rebuke the devourer for your sake. There are people who have money, but believe me, they're not paying their tithes, and they are paying their tithes in the hospitals because the devourer was not rebuked for their sake. So their kids have to be put on all kinds of things. They themselves are dialysis, all kinds of things, because they refuse to just adhere to a very simple law that will erect protection around you. So,
You see, what you said, I have a personal experience I wish to have shared. But because we are, but let me try to see if I can quote it.
Okay.
I believe in giving.
Okay.
And the kind of business I do,
Can you pick up?
the kind of business I do, it has a tendency of a lot of litigation. But the nature of giving for some number of years, I never entered into court. No. But it got to a time where it will look, oh, you are giving too much. Some of the people I was working, oh, you are giving too much to the church, you are giving too much. So I decided, oh, let me slow down. When I did, I'm telling you, that I understood the word devourer. Oh, what is court case? This issue should pop up here, that issue pop up here. That those who said I was giving too much, they all left me when I was going down.
of course.
Wow.
Oh, they left. They left. And they'll leave you when you are down. They understood that those things I was doing, God was taking care of me. You understand? Like he said, there's a man of God, I won't mention the name. He was preaching, he said, he was seated and God told him to go and release his investments to give to a man of God, his spiritual father. And the man is a prophet. So China, Uncle China, dollars. So it means investment or any investment. They said, no, this is too much. I can't handle it. God said, I've spoken to you. By the time he heard the third time, he had to obey. He brought the seed, released it. Not too long ago, he went home. He had a swimming pool. Then this first son, the son, at that time, fell into the pool and died. Just after the seed, not too, about just a week or so plus. He fell into the pool and died. Then he lifted that prayer. He lifted. Bang! The boy just said, because of the seed you sow, I save your son. We have no idea what seed does. And that is what I'm saying, that it's an orchestration against the people. So we become weak before God. You see, one thing the devil does is he's an accuser of the brethren. So he has an opportunity to accuse you that you don't do that, so he can have his way out. That's why when he went to Job, he could not find any way around, because even when he said, I have not sinned, he went and perform a sacrifice.
Just in case.
Just in case. So any time that the devil goes around Job, he could not find it. He said, yeah, because you are giving this man. You have protected him. He said, I will allow you. You have to show to him that it's not because of he loves me. You see, the truth of the matter is that there are things that God has given to us. It protects us. It opens doors. That is why I see Muslims, they are billionaires. I'm yet to see a Christian. I see some of the beliefs that are making big. I'm yet to see a Christian that are making big beyond that. We can't get there, because when we go small, then we begin to not believe certain things. You see, these people are telling us that we shouldn't do that. There are things they believe in, and they show. My father was an idol worshiper. What sacrifice? I saw a company, a big company, I won't mention the name. They were about to start they do this more thing. And then the cow, they sharp iron, big hole. Do you know what people do? You have no idea. Go and stand in the church and say you are raising $100,000. You find it difficult. But let's say that you say we want to promote something. Those people who promote those things are still Christians.
They are Christians. So let's go for a commercial break. We'll be back.
My life is brilliant.
Looking your best is not what your mirror tells you.
It is the overall judgment by the public and otherwise the influence you make on them.
At Face-to-Face Beauty School, we teach you how to stay informed,
In touch, in style.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true.
Miracle Encounter Outreach Ministries presents Prayer Flames 2023, happening on the 6th of March, time 6 a.m. Venue, Mikado Conference Center, Laboni Junction. Theme, the hour of prayer. Speakers, Reverend Godfrey Nyako, Apostle Isaac F. Godison, Reverend Timothy Bentum, Big Sam Kisachi, Uganda, Reverend Justice K. Barnes. Host, Reverend Nathaniel Osei. It's happening, remember, on the 6th of March at 6 a.m. at the Mikado Conference Center. The theme is the hour of prayer. Come expectant. I choose to pray.
Welcome back from the commercial break. We are still discussing tithing, and with me in the studio is Reverend George Ntiado and Reverend Timothy Bentum. Baby, I read there. Say you bet me dia bury ye dear.
It's still a young teenager.
Still na Anyway, let me just ask this, and then we'll give a final word. Should churches put budgets on tithing when they are looking at their branches? For example, should the main headquarters put a budget on tithing with regards to branches?
I don't think so. Tithe is tithe. Tithe is what Bible said 10% of what they do. So,
So the head office cannot say that Ablekuma, your budget for tithe this year should be
no, it can be,
300,000.
if they want to put the budget, you rather put budget on soul winning. That's the true budget they should do. They should put budget on the soul winning. And then the church should also do well to help the people stand on their feet, encourage people to enter the businesses, help to get job to do. That's where the tithe come from. I come from there. I heard people to say that, oh, in the northern region, people don't have money. Master, they have money. If they understand how to, because they rear cows. In my family, some of the northern sector, they use cows to go and perform right. So, and some of them, they have more than 10 cows. So if you have 10 cows, bring 1 cow. How much is a cow now? It's almost about 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. It's a tithe. They can use for something else. Some of them can enter into farming. Whatever they do, if they are not able to sell, they can bring the produce.
They can bring the
gather
produce.
them. That's what Safu Kataka used to make money. It was through farming. He used his people. But I'm not saying that we should use the people, but whatever we can do, we should rather encourage soul winning. And that's what can expand the giving. But not to say that bring
No, put a budget
that,
on
no,
the
no,
tithing.
you are going to burden the church. And
Okay,
then you are going
what?
to burden people.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I had to cut you. So, what are your thoughts? What are your comments? What do you think? Hit our social media handles on IG or Instagram. It is the Post GH, and on YouTube, on Facebook. So. Let me have your comments. You never know. One day you'll be on my hot seat. Reverend Timothy Wintun, can I have your final words? So
I think that whatever you do, sow a 10% into the church, and go a bit further, looking at what God has done in your life, and do 15 or 20 if you can. Sow seeds, help the poor, but still give God his 10%.
All right, thank you, Reverend George Ntiado. Can I have your final words?
Yeah, I think that tithing for me is life, or giving in general is life. And then those who say that Christ has done more than that for them, and they don't need to pay that, I agree with them. Which means that I believe God that they should be able to give more than the 10%.
The 10.
They should tell the pastor that I take 10,000. Every month I give 5,000. No argument. Either they want to call it giving or tithing. As long as it's giving, it's giving. For me, that's what I... But if for them to say that 10%, but then they want to wait for a need to come before they gather all this money and say they are giving to church, it's not giving. I pay tithe. Actually, I don't pay 10%. Okay? And let me put it on record. I'm a pastor. I'm not receiving any salary from the church yet. I've decided for now. But like he said, I'm thinking of changing it so that the people can be blessed.
Yeah.
Okay? But I pay tithe. I don't pay 10%. I pay more than 10%. There's no giving. I raise funds in the church, and then I don't get involved. There are things I buy myself to support the church. They are all part of the giving. So even if you want to calculate, we can say that we are even giving 150%. That is the true giving. So my tithe does not, it goes. Whilst the other giving also goes. So giving and tithing, I think it's life.
It's life. Okay, so Reverend George Ntiado says giving and tithing is life. What do you think? Thank you very much, Reverend George Ntiado. He is the head pastor for Fountain Gate Chapel, Ablekuma branch, and he is the CEO for Juntia Construction. Thank you. Wait, there's so watch me as I say back account. Okay, the one who said who is coming to beat us today is my owner. Help me say thank you to Reverend Timothy Bentum. He's the head pastor for Grace Avenue. Just put GH Media on Google Map, and Google Map will bring you there. He's an actor. He's a radio host for Grace Avenue, Sunny FM every morning, every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. Thank you for coming. I am looking amazing because face-to-face. Thank you, face-to-face. I'm looking good. Face-to-face has had to touch my reverend ministers, and they said they'll report to their wives. So, wives, if you're watching, If the reports come, please blame me. Jamila home of executive VVIP furniture. You want your home to look amazing, your office, your kitchen, wherever you feel you should have furniture, just call Jamila Home. The number is right here. GH Media, I salute you, Seaman. Balak, I salute you. Step, I salute you, Mugi and Celisto. God bless you for all you do for me. You're amazing. Zesuza Catering Services. Thank you, Albert. You and Soraya, you are amazing. God bless you so much. Share Glow, share butter in Kuto Papa. You want share butter? Call the number on your screen and you have share butter that smells divine. Divine touch is the reason why I am looking so gorgeous. For your outfit, just call Divine Touch. GH Calabash Bar and GH Mocktail Bar for your event, and you'll be amazed. Mr. Flash, I salute you. Photography, call Mr. Flash. And thank you very much, my executive producer, Mr. Dennis Anderson, and my producer who is here. He's always screaming on my neck. Director extraordinaire who is never here, Mr. Timothy Bentum. Nyame. Inshallah, until next week when you hear me, it will be higher and it will be the post. Good night and God bless you.